Welcome back everyone to Scavenging with Pineleaf, a series of tales, travels, and trifles. Today we are here for Year 9. Let's see what Waldo has to say.
What mischievous malefactor is behind all this?
I am bewildered, my friend. There is no explaining it. The committee still has not decided my case. They are torturing me. That is what they're doing. It is they who have perpetuated this travesty. Ooh, what if they cast me off? What if they no longer invite me to tea? I've got something in my eye. Oh, go on, take another card. I will be myself by and by. Yeah, right. So let's see. Oh, what's in store? Gandalf is in store. So that should be quite a trip there. And also we're to go to Curiosities. Find some strange things all throughout Middle-earth. And finally, we need to kill large monsters all throughout Middle-earth. Oh, fun. Actually, no, this is up for a challenge. Not necessarily large, but some of these can be large. Things like in Giant Valley and the like. The bit about Tarling's Crown, that will be quite a challenge since they're at level 100 and that's a group intended place. Well, I think that means we'll start out with Gandalf. The first bit is right here at the party tree, where we are to set off a few fireworks. And here they are over here. And fireworks, fortunately, look best at night. So for once, let's take advantage of the time of day that seems to always be whenever I'm here. There you go. A fireworks show, and that's a grand way to begin. Now, of course, there seems to be an even larger show that happens here on occasion. It's a lot grander than the one that you set off. Now, I don't know whether this happens randomly at set times during the night, or if it's triggered by the little show that you do, but this is a lot larger. Unfortunately, a lot of them just pop up in places you can't see. Yeah, but yes, fireworks, and that is what Gandalf is known for throughout the Shire. Hence, of course, you can't look back at Gandalf without having a fireworks show or two. But I think that means it is time for us to head over to the Prancing Pony. Here we are at the Prancing Pony, and Barliman Butterbur is here, who forgot to deliver a letter to Frodo, which made things go a lot later than planned, and the entire situation with getting the ring to Rivendell became much dicier. So let's scold him for that. If Butterbur forgets to send this letter promptly, I shall roast him. Well, fortunately for Butterbur, he was not roasted in the end, but he certainly forgot to send it promptly. And that resulted in a rather hectic situation in getting to the Ford of Bruinen. The Ford of Bruinen is where we had the fight between Frodo and Nazgul and all that stuff. And yeah, obviously it wasn't a fight because Frodo was just being chased by them. But that was taking place at this river over here. And during the course of it, Elrond sent some waves down. But you say, but this is about Gandalf. Well, that's because you can see that we got the heads of the horses over there on there, and that's little touch is by Gandalf. So he touched up little things on here, even though, of course, the main bit was being done by Elrond, and now I need to go and help the twins. But yes, that's the second bit concerning Gandalf, is his little touches onto there. And yes, we took care of the boss. Now the other thing that this did, though, was that during the course of this particular run, I got enough giants for the Giant Valley part of the quest. That wasn't quite intentional, but that means I got all 8 of there, so I don't have to head over to the Giant's Valley in order to complete that section. But that takes care of our little trip to the Fort of Bryn. So next, we need to have a little talk with Radagast the Brown. Here we are, back in Radagast's tower. We were here at an earlier point when we were petting all those animals, but now we wish to speak with Radagast.
Greetings, friend of the wild.
Gandalf! I have been seeking you. I have an urgent errand, and my news is evil. Nazgul. Radagast was a master of changes of shape and hue and of lore regarding herbs, beasts, and birds. Alright, changes of shape. Of course, because that explains why he is the one who visits the Bjornings and all. If he's the master of changes of shapes, it would be fitting for him. Alright, that sort of added that little touch of lore into there. So next, let us then visit the Wizard's Vale, because we want to look into the story of Gandalf when he was captured by Saruman.
I was the steward of Saruman's household and ran his affairs from day to day. I was accorded high honor, and would still, were it not for Grima, the Worm-Tongue.
Here we are in Isengard, and this is what it looked like before it was turned into an industrial area. It looks a lot better now. Quite a contrast between the two versions. They have long been in conversation, Grima. What do you think they are speaking about? I don't know. Let's find out. What is that, Grima? You want to get closer? Yeah. All right. But just a little bit closer. All right. We are, of course, Grima Wormtongue. The world is growing more dangerous every day, Radagast. You must have sensed it. I have, Saruman. I have. My friends in the woodland are restless. Something has made them uneasy. I know what has made them so. The Nine are abroad once more. The Nazgul? The Nine? The Nine what? Well, you probably wouldn't want to know. Could you make sense of that, Grima? Our master holds you in closer confidence than he does me. Have you heard nothing of these matters? I need not be counted among the wise to know that they have Radagast worried, and that gives me reason to worry as well. I am sure that our master will know what is to be done. That is why he is the wizard, and we are the servants. We know our place, do we not? My servants, come to me. They are disguised as riders in black and seek a land called Shire. Find Gandalf. Tell him I will help, if he needs me. I will leave at once, and if fortune smiles, I will find him before it is too late. Aka, show Radagast to his horse. Grima, stay for a moment. It is done. Radagast will find Gandalf, if he is to be found, and I doubt not that he will speed with all haste to Isengard. There are some other small matters I need you to attend to before my guest arrives. Grima did not think that Radagast will find Gandalf, but I knew he would. At last in midsummer, Gandalf himself came to Isengard. Our master was right, Grima. The guards report that Gandalf was seen riding hard alongside the river, and now he is here. Radagast has done as he has been asked. Let us go meet Gandalf and bring him to Orthanc. Let's go meet Gandalf. Alright, let's go meet Gandalf. Alright, let's go. Ah, here we go. Gandalf. How about this? Welcome to Isengard. To the Ring of Isengard. Ring, that's an appropriate name. I came quickly as I was able. Worrisome tidings drew me hither. Suppose they did. Your master is the head of my order. I need his wisdom. Yeah? Hurry up. His knowledge will be at your disposal, Gandalf. I know it will. His library is extensive. The walls of Orthanc are lined with books and tomes. He has made a study of artifacts strange and mysterious, and they... Did I ride with such haste so that I might have the time to enjoy this account of yours? Age has not slowed your speech, Shaka, nor given you the sense when speed is called for. That's Gandalf, all right. Oh, I am sorry, Gandalf. I forget myself. I will bring you to my master, and Grima will see to your horse. All right, and let's see what we have in that conversation. Grima saw that Gandalf's horse was stabled, and I walked to the wizard. He spoke lightly of many things, but I could see that he was troubled. Gandalf seems much older than I remembered him in the first visit. Older and weaker. Look at him there. Then look at our master. See how Saruman's raiment glows. Gandalf's cloak seems so tattered. It is charitable that our master to offer the wisdom to the Grey Wizard. Perhaps he could offer some finer clothing as well? Oh, good grief. If we get closer, we might hear what they are saying. You've sent troubling words to me by way of Radagast, Saruman. You cannot intend to make me sit upon the steps of Orthanc like a patient vendor. I would not make that mistake, Gandalf. I know the well of your patience, and it is dry. I have seen what awaits this Middle-earth. Ascend, Gandalf, and we will discuss these matters beyond the hearing of my servants. Oh well, so much for listening in. Stay outside from underfoot. I do not want to be disturbed until I send for you. Ooh-wee. I do not know what they discussed in that high chamber. Afterwards, only Saruman remained free to come and go as he pleased. Now we're on the top of the tower. No, I will not be dissuaded, Grima. He is an old man and does not deserve the treatment at the hands of our master. If Saruman fears Gandalf's plans to hatch an evil plot, keep him imprisoned, yes, but in comfortable quarters. The pinnacle exposed to the elements. It is cruel treatment, not befitting Saruman the Wise. It is not our place to challenge Saruman's decisions, but I will do what I can to ease Gandalf's stay with us. An extra ration of bread will do him no harm. There is no need to tell Saruman of this, of course. Oh, of course not. Gandalf! Gandalf, I brought you something. Gandalf? Bread does not interest me, steward. Can you give me freedom from Isengard? Only that would I welcome. I cannot spend the rest of summer pacing on this rooftop. There is work that I must do. Do you understand me? I cannot stay here. It is the will of my master Saruman that you stay here. Saruman. He has left the path of wisdom. He was not content with his station, and now styles himself as Saruman of many colors. He boasts of forging his own ring. Madness! Madness to challenge Sauron. Thank you for the bread, Akka. You're welcome, Gandalf. My master must soon come to his senses, and will give you your freedom. Akka seems to still think well of Saruman. He hasn't been completely disillusioned yet. Promise me that you will not tell our master about this. We have done nothing wrong, of course, but there is no sense in disturbing him. What is one more loaf of bread? No one will miss it. No one will. Grima gave me his word that he would keep my confidence. Grima was a liar. Ha, what a shock. And of course, since we are Grima, what's the first thing we do? And that is to head into the tower and tell Saruman, of course, not tell Gandalf. Yes. And Saruman is here next to the Palantir. Why did you allow Akka to do this? Dog! What would you have done if he allowed Gandalf to come down? What would have been your answer if my worthless steward had freed him? Ah! From this point onward, none will climb the steps of the pinnacle save myself. I will have Akka thrown in the dungeons where he will have time enough to consider his betrayal. He will have not even a crust to chew upon. Let him eat slop instead. You will perform Akka's duties in his stead until I have other orders for you, and I will, Grima. Soon you return to your homeland, but not yet. Oh yes, Saruman has some real nasty plots up ahead, while Gandalf is stuck on the roof. Here we are at the Helene Gate, just outside of Moria, and here we need to meditate on what is the best password to use. Yeah, I know it's open right now, but let's meditate anyway. These doors were no secret. In the days of Durin, they usually stood open, but any who knew the opening word could pass in. Ah yes, any friend could pass in. And of course, we cannot forget about Gandalf's experiences and the Bridge of Khazad-dûm and in Moria in general. And I've never had a good look at this particular point here on how the bridge, when you're standing here, it seems to be going right through the stone trees there. That's a wonderful, wonderful view of it. I never had a good view of that like that. I don't know how I missed it all this time. But of course, this is where Gandalf confronted the Balrog, and the two of them fell down. And apparently, there's another remembrance on the other side of the bridge. Of course. What's really bad is that I apparently haven't been on this side of the bridge before, because I just finished the Footsteps of the Fellowship deed. So therefore, remembering coming here to do the Footsteps of the Fellowship deed is obviously not a remembrance, since I just finished that. And there is the view of the bridge from the other end. Now, you do have an opportunity to cross the bridge in a session play, because obviously you can't do it in the main game since the bridge seems to be out at the moment. Well then, what happened after that little situation? Well then, let's go down to where Gandalf met the Balrog. And here we are in the stair where Gandalf and the Balrog met each other after the little tumble they had, and the Balrog fled and Gandalf gave chase as they climbed up and up the stairs. And apparently the stairs broke a bit while they were having their little fight. So yes, that is one battle that was very, very destructive. It broke the bridge of Khazad-dûm, and it also did quite a bit of damage to the endless stair. I have a feeling that the Moria area just will never be the same as a result of that little tussle. So how'd the battle come out? And that's where the Balrog landed. Hopefully I make less of a crater when I... Ouch! Oh, hey, I didn't even get crunchy-legged. So now, here's the remembrance right here. I have discovered the remains of Durin's fane. Completed Cliffs of Zirazigil. Well, I guess I haven't been here either. But yes, this is where the Balrog landed after the little tussle with Gandalf. And I think it's time for me to get out of the cold and head into a forest. The real fun bit is finding Gandalf here. Hello there. My name? Have you not guessed it? You have heard it before, yes. You have heard it before. Yeah, that's what this entire week's about. You may still call me Gandalf, though I am white now. So you might say I am Saruman, at least as he should have been. But be merry, for we meet at the turning of the tide. The great storm is coming, but the tide has turned. And that, of course, has to be when the company first meets Gandalf the White, and he is now stronger than before after he has been resurrected after passing out against that little tussle with the Balrog. But now it's time to head over to Meduseld. And here we are at the throne of Meduseld. And let's shake our fist at it. Hearken, Theoden, son of Thingol, not all is dark. Too long you have sat in the shadows and trusted to twisted tales. And those twisted tales were, of course, being brought on by Wormtongue. But after that, the king properly gave Shadowfax to Gandalf, and that's who we should visit next. No, not Gandalf, but Shadowfax. Here we are at the High Stables in Minas Tirith, which is on the 6th circle. And here you'll find Shadowfax. Let's give Shadowfax a pat. You do not ride Shadowfax. Either he is willing to carry you, or not. And that finishes up the Tales of Gandalf. Now let's go to Waldo and get our reward. I have returned. I am glad that you're back, Pineleaf. There has been much discussion and indeed decision-making while you were out, and so you see, the verdict is in. We, I mean the committee of course, have decided that the unexplained, unapproved, riddlesome work of mischief before you will be officially declared the annual anniversary scavenger hunt. Unable to best them, we have welcomed them to our door. The unknown perpetrators of this act shall be allowed to remain anonymous so long as they continue to provide the workings of the festival according to the proper Shire regulations each year. For me, I shall keep my post here at the party tree. This is good news, as party planning around the party tree is all I've really known, and I would like to keep it that way. Alright, and so therefore here are rewards for this time around, so let's have a look at them. What we receive is Radagast's cloak, which is not exactly in the best shape of any cloak I've seen. It's been through quite a bit, I presume. And you see there, a little brown mixed in. You could set it to the color you want. It is dyeable, so I dyed it, of course, to match the rest of my clothing. So I suspect I won't be wearing this one all that much. But the other reward is this sandcastle here. Now, what a sandcastle has to do with this, I think that is for next time, because we're to go all about Middle-earth to find various curiosities, such as this castle. But that's going to be in our next episode of Scavenging with Pineleaf, a series of tales, travels, and trifles.